So today, guys, we're going to be starting the vendor reset with the vendor at the base of operation, and there are a couple items that you new returning players might want to pick up because there were some god roll items you can use for your recalibration library. To start it off, we have the swap chain. This is one that if you buy 20 of these, you donate them, it will be proficient. You can just farm countdown, hopefully you get them. But yeah, this was a faster way for me to get them. If I saw them and I needed one or two, I would just pick them up and donate them. They have the Vector SBR, one of my favorite vectors. This one is actually just pretty poorly rolled. It does have Vindictive if you need the talent for your library. Well, there you go. They have the Police M4. Don't really like the rolls, but it does have a 9.5% crit hit chance, maxed out roll for your library. So if you don't have this one, I would pick up at least one of them and then donate it. And it also has the talent steady handed if you need this for your library, which I don't. As you can see, I don't have the symbol on there, so I'm gonna pick one up just so I can donate it to my library and have that. They also have the tactical M19, another one that's pretty poorly rolled. It does have ignited. I don't have this one in my library either, so I'm gonna pick this up and put it so I can donate this one too. So we keep going on. They have the Golden Gear backpack, armor, hazard protection, status effects, vigilance. Pretty much pass on this one. Walker and Harris chest piece with weapon damage, headshot damage, status effects, and Overwatch. Ideally with any of these, if the talents are what you need for your library, pick them up. If not, kind of pass on them. They have a 7.4% headshot damage mod, two plus extra bombs. They have the 5.8% skill haste mod for your turret, and then for the sticky payload, 4% burn duration. The next three items are going to be right here at the countdown vendor. You have the boomstick, which is going to have shotgun damage, damage to armor, damage to targets out of cover with perfect pumped up. They have the pristine example with weapon damage, critical damage. You can roll headshot damage, you can roll critical chance, and this one isn't bad rolled. So if you've been looking for one of these, obviously if you just pick up the named items, 20 of them, donate them. And then they also have the commando with marksman rifle, headshot damage, optimal range, and perfectly naked. So these are the three named items from the vendor this week. And we're gonna head over to the clan vendor because there were, I think, 2 god roll items that you can use for your library. So once you get to the clan vendor, if you look right here, they have the mechanical animal, another named item that you guys could use to get proficient. They do have some decently rolled aces and eights knee pads. Look at this. The knee pads have 10% headshot damage, so you can use that for your library. But also, if you want to run an aces and eights sniper build, this is perfectly rolled. You just have to put that weapon damage, max it out, and a god roll pair of aces and eights knee pads. They have tip of the spear with weapon damage. You can switch out the weapon handling for headshot damage. And the chest piece, which I don't really use with tip of the spear, has weapon damage and armor regen. They have another police M4. This one, another one not really rolled. I would probably pass on this. They have the M870 with some decent headshot damage if you need the mod. They do have the talent flatline on the shotgun, so if you've been looking for that talent, that's one of the newer talents. You can put that in your library. They have a 511 tactical backpack with galvanize. They have a wyvernware holster. They have the Petrov knee pads. They have a DNH mask with weapon damage, headshot damage, critical hit damage. They have the raw holding knee pads with another 10% headshot damage. So if you didn't buy the other ones, you could buy this and put it in your library. 10.7% crit hit damage if you don't have those mods, 17.6 repair skills, 4.4% deflective damage on the shield, and obviously +1 max target. And those are the 3 vendors that we have at the base of operation. We're gonna head over to the theater to see what they have. So at the theater vendor, let's take a look. They have the Tsunami Shotgun. If you guys need this to get proficient, well, if you need 1, 2, or if you need 20 of them, you pick them up, donate them. They have a Tactical Super 90 with shotgun damage, damage armor, critical hit chance, and strain. Pretty poorly rolled. They have the lightweight M4. They have the Alp Summit gloves with skill haste, weapon handling. They have Alp Summit knee pads with repair skills, hazard protection. 8.3% snare resistance for the mod. They have a 5% skill haste for your seekers. For your shield, 4.2% holster regeneration. For the Firefly, 5.9% skill haste, and then for the decoy, 6% health. So ideally, probably just the named weapons, and then weapons if you need 1 or 2 of them, pick them up, donate them, get those bad boys proficient. We're gonna head over to the campus, see what they have there. So once you ride to the campus, you take a look at the vendor, and she has the Carnage. Now, she has a couple things that you guys could do with this. You could buy 20 of them, get them proficient, buy 1 or 2, whatever you need. But they also have the 12% damage to targets out of cover, which you could use for your library. So that's actually a good one because sometimes you need to max this one out. Well, I would grab this, put it in my library for all you new returning players. But yeah, the Carnage is the name. They have the G28 that currently has Ranger. They have a military L86 that has perpetuation. They have the DNH mask, another one with weapon damage, critical damage, status effects. And they have a Cheska holster with weapon damage, weapon handling, and headshot damage. For the mods, 10.1% skill haste. They have a 5.9% heal for the chem launcher. For your hive, 7.8% health. For your pulse, 8.5% effect duration. And then for the trap, 5.7% duration. So yeah, the one I'd probably pick up is the Carnage. I'd probably use this to get it proficient. And then obviously the 12% damage to targets out of cover, I would put in my library. Now we're gonna go take a look at the DZ vendors and see what they have. So we head over to DZ West and let's take a look and see what named item he will have for us. He has actually the Firm Handshake, has 15% status effect as always. Ideally, they had this last week. I'd probably pass on it and wouldn't even think twice about it. On DZ South, let's take a look. And look, they have the Orbit. Probably one of my favorite pistols to run. I probably run this with all my builds. Even though we don't use pistols too much, it has perfect finisher. So if you've been looking for this one, it's gonna cost you 152 DZ resources. So yeah, this is probably one I would pick up if you don't have one. And that way you guys could just reroll the attribute to damage targets out of cover, and then just optimizing, you have a God rolled one, and then you guys can level this bad boy up while you're leveling other gear. So yeah, that's definitely a pickup for me. Go in the DZ, get those resources, and let's go to DZ East. So at DZ East, let's take a look at the vendor, and the named item she has is the Pinprick, another DZ exclusive item. So if you don't pick up the Orbit and you want to pick up the Pinprick, another one you guys might want to pick up just to get one of them, and then just run it as your secondary. You don't even have to use it just to get this level up. So yeah, another DZ item if you guys are trying to get this proficient. You see mine's proficient, so I'm just gonna pass on it. But yeah, 2 DZ exclusive items I would pick up. There are 2 more vendors, as you guys know. They're at the Haven, so let's go there. So we just arrived to the Haven, and let's take a look at the vendor. The vendor has a custom P416, if you're looking for that one with a Talent Ranger. The SR1 with perpetuation, another one you can use for your library. The SOCOM M1A with Spike. I don't have this one in my library, so I'm gonna pick this up. So you guys are seeing there's a couple. And then they also have the Tactical M19 with finisher. For the chest piece, they have an Overlord chest piece, weapon damage, critical hit damage, spark. You could probably put critical hit chance, wouldn't be that bad. Sokolov gloves, weapon damage, critical hit chance, status effects. And then a Walker and Harris mask with weapon damage, headshot damage, hazard protection. For the mods, 8.5% snare resistance, 8.4% shock resistance. For your Seekers, 6.2% health. For the Firefly, 6.1% blind effect. And then for your Trap, 4.1% duration. We keep going on, and there's gonna be just one last vendor. So there's decent items this week. A couple named items I would pick up. But yeah, let's see what the final vendor has for us. So Roy has a FAMAS, which is probably one of my favorite guns. If you guys have been looking for one with Sadis, it's not horribly rolled, but it's not bad at all. Assault rifle health damage, and then you can roll damage targets out of cover on there and keep Sadis on there. So not bad at all. Probably one of the more popular assault rifles in the game. They have the classic MPK with LMG damage targets out of cover, has steady handed. You could change the accuracy for damage to armor. Not bad. They have a double barrel shotgun, damage to armor, swap speed, and pummeled. They have the X45 tactical with pistol damage, rate of fire, and fast hands. For backpacks, Walker and Harris, weapon damage, headshot damage, health, and opportunistic. They have Impress International knee pads with skill, tier, weapon handling, headshot damage, and a Sokolov holster with weapon damage, status effects, explosive resistance. For your mods, 10.1% critical damage. They actually had one 10.7 at the base, so probably ignore this one. 15,000 armor on kill, +1 seeker mines, 6.3% cone size, and trap 5.9% shock radius. So really not too much here unless you want one of these 4 items to get proficient. Remember, with weapons, named items, named gear, 20 of them will get you proficient. But that's gonna wrap up the video here. Appreciate the support, appreciate the love. I'll see you guys in the next one. Hey, nothing but skills out.